It's over. It's fucking over, bro. Uh, no, it's not. But hear me out. Okay. Today was like a long, long day. You know, my mom last. So, I'm still staying with my parents. My new job starts on my birthday. Nice, fat, six-figure job. But until then, pretty broke and staying at home. And I'm in my cave. My mom knocks on the door and she's like, "Hey, your aunt on my father's side is gonna come over tomorrow with your cousin, and they might stay the night." And I'm just like, and it has nothing to do with like them as people. They're sweet people, very nice people, but I haven't seen them in 30 years or talked to them in that long. And for as much strife as I feel in my current predicament, it's like I barely have the energy to not pretend to like my father, but like again, we didn't grow up together, so it's just uncomfortable. And then the frustration I have with my mom, it's a lot of pretending all day, and if nothing bothers me more than being inauthentic, I don't do well like pretending I'm happy or in a good mood. So when I'm not, it's like, but and they're nice people, so I don't want them to I don't want them to get the runoff of my wrath indirectly. It's not because I have any issue with them. It's just like I'm beat. It's like I feel like I have a knife in my chest from my fucking heartburn as I drink a mango limerita. Uh, so all that said, I just had to get out of the house. I was like, okay, well, let me stay somewhere tonight, and I don't have like friends around here. And that doesn't mean like, oh, I can't find anyone who wants to spend time with me. Well, I guess that's exactly what it is. uh, I mean, whenever I come back to New York, I assume that everyone else's lives stayed on pause while I've been gone. And I expect to like just jump right back into the way things were with the people I used to spend time with, many of which I don't even want to spend time with anymore. But I'm just like, well, all right, I'll just let's pop that tape in and run that back, and it'll be okay. So in trying to find something to do on this beautiful Saturday evening, I was like, nobody. I just don't have those relationships here anymore, and I shouldn't. And that's what's interesting. So I just spent all I drove. I was gonna go like see a girl in Long Island, and I was like, I don't fucking feel like driving 2 hours to Long Island, and because then you do your anxiety brain does the whole, well, you got heartburn now. What if you're hanging out with her and you get the heartburn then, and then your back starts to hurt, and then you're not fun, but then you're stuck there, and you got to drive 2 hours back, and you got to leave. This is what an anxious brain does, and why I desperately probably need to be medicated. Uh, so I didn't. So I just drove to Danbury, which was kind of on the way. I was like, well, let me just drive in that direction. And I drove to Danbury, and I went to Whole Foods, and I spent 2 hours there. I bought like some sushi and a yerba mate, and I just sat in my car in Danbury, Connecticut, just staring and thinking. And then I started texting other people, just like friends. It's like or people that I'm friendly with. I'm like, there's got to be somebody I can like hang out with. I just want to like spend some time with people, and zero. There's just no one. And let me rephrase that. Now, there may be people listening who are geographically close to me, who I do care about deeply and know that, but it's just not how it used to be, where it's like, all right, let's just crack a couple of 40s and we'll just sit on somebody's couch and we'll just chill. Let's just hang out and chill. It's not that. Like, you have to make appointments with people. You can't be spontaneous with hanging out. And I get that. I'm not like criticizing anybody, particularly in my age group. Everyone's just got plans and obligations, and I never do. And because I never had to. And living this, vagabond, Byronic hero in my own mind lifestyle, I never owed anyone a time frame. And now that either by virtue of this post-COVID cultural PTSD we have slash approaching my late 30s and let's be real, almost 40s, people just don't operate that way. And again, I'm aware of the narcissism here, where I'm just like, hey, I snapped my fingers and people didn't want to immediately hang out. But there was a time where it was kind of like that. So again, this is me facing that reality. This isn't me blaming other people. This is me accepting and realizing, like, this is the cost of your emotional ambivalence with people that you care about. And it's hard. It's a hard, it's like trying to play musical chairs now. I'm trying to find a seat at the table, which poetically my father mentioned in one of our brief conversations after him getting out of prison that, he feels like, he's on the sidelines of people playing hopscotch and he's trying to find his way to jump into the rope game, the skipping of the rope. He's trying to find his way into people's lives that way. And I fucking hate how much our lives parallel each other but are completely different. God damn it, universe. And let me mind you, let me just say, I have learned to accept, or I've learned to have a great deal of sympathy for my father. To me, he is a symptom of events, not necessarily. Well, he definitely earned his spot in prison, I suppose, but he also didn't, because according to the information that has been given to me, he was doing good in a weird way. But I won't get into those details. He's like Negan. If you're watching Dead City, my father's like Negan, kind of. My father's very much like Negan. Charismatic, just beating people up with baseball. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that is, and I guess the point of all that is that I'm giving up on trying to find my way back into people's lives. Those doors have closed in a lot of ways, and these people will always be a part of my life. There'll always be friendliness, but for me to expect people to just stop what they're doing and just be like, all right, well, stop the presses. Commodore Duval George Culpepper has returned. The prince has returned from the Crusades. Let us celebrate. It's like, that's not how it should work, and I can't expect it to. So, driving across the Hudson Valley all day in circles, I'll go here, or maybe I'll check this out, or I'll text this, and it's just, I'm not supposed to be here, and I know that. And, you get to the point in your life where you accept that, not the mistakes necessarily, but the decisions that you've made have a cost. And, that cost is people not waiting for you. And I'm sure my father feels the same way. But seemingly a lot of people waited for him. So that's what's kind of annoying. My dad's got all these family members and my mom, who's just like, all right, you home? All right, let's just. But maybe that's not the case for him either. Maybe they just got home. Oh, God, my aunt. Sweet woman. Very nice woman. I haven't seen you in 30 years, and I don't have the energy. Well, let's see what happened. The chronic anxiety really peaked somewhere about 3 or 4 years ago during the pandemic. Started getting debilitating heartburn. That developed into my esophagus narrowing, where I can't eat many solid foods. Had Lyme disease, uncertain. I don't fucking have the time or the energy to update anyone. Just want to be left the fuck alone. But there's the irony in that. Just want to be left the fuck alone, but couldn't find anybody to hang out with all day. Man, I really painted myself. This is just like, does this feel like Greek? This feels like a Greek tragedy. My life fucking just became a Greek tragedy. All right, maybe that's extreme. But weren't Greek tragedies also comedies? Isn't that what they called comedies back in ancient Greece? They were just like, it was so fucked up it was funny. It's kind of how it feels. It's so fucked up it's funny. Hey, your father he's gonna live here now. Oh, when? Tomorrow. Oh. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Hope you guys are doing okay. But I get you. But again, the silver lining. Again, we don't mope on Ouch My 30s. We learn something, and now I just feel razor focused. It's like there's no one to hang out with. There's no relationship I'm gonna find here that's gonna be like, yeah, okay, I can tolerate being in this very shitty situation. No, I need to continue to focus on what I have been doing, which is going to the gym pretty much every other day, if not every day, swimming, getting these guns back, and feeling really good about that. It's just the social. I mean, I can't talk to nobody. I can't get a fucking smile out of a girl up here to save my fucking life. And I know it's not me. You put the old Commodore in other situations. He can at least get a smile or a smirk. But yeah, it's pretty gnarly. But I shouldn't be here. And my buddy Brian would just stare at me like fucking. I can't think of a good, like, I told you so look. But I had to. I had to come back here. I had to hit the reset button. I've been trying to carry these burdens for too long, trying to fix myself on the go, riddled with debt, battling different health issues, and I just need to look them in the face here while I have this luxury, and it is a luxury to be able to sit rent free at my family's place while I wait for, a very lucrative job to start. I can really look into myself and try to solve for X as much as I can, so that when I do return to a place where I do belong and I can go to places where I'll be socially and intellectually stimulated, I won't be hobbled by these things that have been stalking me like an evil specter. So, and I encourage you to do the same. If you have the opportunity to slow down, if you have that anxiety of like, I'm not where I should be, or with the people I should be, or doing the things I should be, if in that you have some time or some space to look at things that you've been maybe kicking down the road, get them done. Take care of them. Book the appointment. Go to the dentist. Go to the therapist. Go see that doctor about that weird pain if you can, if you have the luxury of insurance, and just take care of yourself if your relationships with other people aren't. Because right now I got nobody. Nobody close. Nobody close. The people I want to spend time with. And even there are people around here, but it's just like everything's like a fucking 45-minute drive. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. What else I want to talk about? Yeah, I mean, it's so fucked. I just have all this energy to like, well, I have all this desire to be with people, but like people who properly stimulate me. And really, with one hand, I can count who those people are in my life. It's like, if I'd have my buddy Brian, I'd be, man, you may not be listening to this, and I know he listens to this. So yes, Brian, I love you very much. And people give up on you, this is what I was thinking about, where it's really easy to be a good friend or a supportive friend, quote unquote, when the problems that person are facing don't involve their ability to communicate them to you. That's really nice, where it's just like, oh, I'm dealing with this and I can tell you, and boom, and the other friend knows. But if the problem you're dealing with is that you have a lot of trouble communicating what your problems are, it's a lot harder to be that good friend. And that's when, the soup sticks to the spoon, and that's when it's like, not necessarily to blame other people, but I think the quality and the resilience of the friendship is really measured by that. Can they be a good friend when you're not being the easiest person to deal with? And my buddy Brian has been that. He's, there's never been a time where this guy's like, hey, too much, too much. Yeah, I can't deal with it. I've never had that moment with him. And that's to me that's fucking rare because most people have some breaking point. And maybe I have one or two others. Yeah, for sure, but not many. To quote Doc Holliday, when he's helping Wyatt Earp track down the Cowboys, he's talking to another guy. He's like, "Yeah, why the hell are you out here helping Wyatt? You look like shit." I don't have many friends. Or no, with the other guy goes like, "Well, shit, he's my." Or no, Doc Holliday goes, "He's my friend," and the other guy goes, "Hell, I got a lot of friends." And then Doc Holliday goes, "I don't." So there's this loyalty is important to me too, as I've gotten older. That's the other quotient. Your ability to stand by people when they're shitty. Or not even shitty, but just like they're trying to do better. That's the difference. I mean, because I had another buddy who, I won't say his name because he's doing so well financially and professionally. He was very happy being a piece of shit, and he knew better, that the choices and things that he did, he was like, yeah, I know it's a horrible thing to do, but I choose to. And that's the person you look at and you're like, okay. This was cute when we were 17. We're almost 40. Like this is the man you've congealed into. So that person I have to kind of love it at a distance. But the person who is like, I'm doing my best, or like I'm aware, I can have patience for that person. So yeah. Anywho, I think we had a nice little chat. I feel good about this chat. You feel good about this chat? Yeah, I feel good about this chat. I guess I'll go confront my estranged family members. Not confront. They're sweet people. I wish if I was happier, if my helicopter from my, industrial, aerospace company flew here to land, and I got out in a white suit and was like, hello, kisses. All right, let's go have a cocktail. I'd be in a much better place to deal with them. But when I'm just like sitting here slovenly in absolute, isolation as I battle myself, I just don't have the energy for that. So I hope if anyone related to my family is listening to this, you understand what I'm saying. It's not you, it's me. And my mom and dad. All right, kiddos. Well, we talked about friendship. What is a friend? What is a friend? That is the question. All right, let's end on this. I'm going to end on reading like a GQ excerpt. This is from January 1988 GQ. Tom Hanks is on the front of the magazine. He's wearing a very smart-looking gray two-button suit. I don't know who made it, but I just want to read a little excerpt to give you guys a snapshot into the things that once were. This is titled, Why I Wear What I Wear, the Bi-Coastal Style of J. Chiat. Soon after Chiat Day's New York office opened in 1980, I'm assuming that's a fashion house, there was an advertising awards ceremony in which the agency walked off with the lion's share of trophies. All right, it's an ad agency. I wonder if it's still around, or if they got bought by somebody. This isn't the article. This is me pontificating. All right, back to the article. It was a heady evening for Chairman J. Chiat, who pioneered the Los Angeles-based agency's eastward expansion at a time when West Coast advertising was judged to be of the same quality of New York State wine. Decidedly second rate. Oh, I miss 80s yuppie culture. The night's only damper came from the MC, who repeatedly mispronounced Chiat's name. It's Chiat. Oh, Chiat. Oh, well, pardon fucking me. That's Duval talking again. Back to the article. When he went up for the last of the awards, J. Chiat grinned and leaned into the microphone, giving the correct pronunciation. You'll be hearing more from us, he triumphantly vowed. He was right. Consistently winning awards, Shiat Day has created some of the most memorable advertising of the decade. Among the irreverent agency's best work are the Orwellian 1984 ad that introduced Apple's Macintosh computer, which appeared only once on network TV during Super Bowl X58, that's 18, but is still talked about in advertising circles. The splashy Louie Louie surfer ads for California Cooler, and the wordless building-sized murals for Nike. Last August, all right, this is ridiculous, but if you like this kind of shit, let me know because I'll read more of it. 1988 January GQ, Tom Hanks on the cover. All right, guys, I feel vindicated. I hope you have a great night, and I love you. Thank you. This has been Ouch My 30s.